court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Philip Chandler.
Mr. Chandler, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a warrant, charges of domestic battery by strangulation, aggravated assault with a firearm, child abuse, and battery. 2 counts. Okay. This time, do you want me to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this case, or are you going to hire an attorney?
I believe I have an attorney here.
You have an attorney here? You think one's showing up this morning?
He was supposed to. He was supposed to.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and have him just have a seat in the back. We'll go through everybody else, and if the attorney shows up, then we'll call you back in. Otherwise, we'll just bring you up last. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Sebastian Kajawa.
Mr. Kajawa, you're here for initial appearance. Going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement and battery. It's domestic related. Does the state have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense?
I just ask that you consider he has no criminal history, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I'll set the bond on count 1 at $500, $100 on count 2. I am going to order that you have no contact with Marta Kujawa, appears to be your mother. You're to maintain a separate residence from her. She's living at the Tidewater Circle apartment. You're going to have to live somewhere else. You can return there one time with law enforcement escorting you to get your personal belongings. You're not to go back there alone. You're not to have contact with her. You're not to possess weapons or firearms, not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. Good luck, sir.
Is the public defender appointed?
Yes. Yes, public defender was appointed. Good morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Chandrati Mohan.
Ms. Mohan, you're here for initial appearance. Going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for an aggravated battery. It's domestic related, and we've got a couple of folks. Could we swear them in?
Raise your right hands, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's start with the young lady to the left. Your name, ma'am?
Ganika Hardia.
Okay. Ms. Hardy, I see that you're listed as the victim in the affidavit. And this is your sister?
Yes.
Okay. If she's released, are you in fear of her?
No.
Okay, you have to answer out loud.
No.
No. Okay. If she's released, do you want to have contact with her?
Yes.
Okay. You all live together?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Does the state have any questions for the witness victim?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
She does qualify for pretrial release. I would ask for pretrial release.
Okay. All right. Ma'am, do you have any objection to her being released on pretrial release? That means she would not have to post a bond?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The condition would be that she not have any hostile contact with you, meaning that if there's an argument, she's got to walk away. No more
Okay.
swinging and rolling pins, okay?
Okay.
If that's in fact what happened, I don't know. Okay. All right. So I'll release her on pretrial release with the condition she have no hostile contact with anybody in the house, possess no weapons or firearms, consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. Okay? All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, that's yours.
Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Alex Murray.
Mr. Murray, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested pursuant to a warrant. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You were arrested for battery. State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have a position?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I've reviewed the affidavit. I'm going to set the bond. Just the DUI, okay. I'm going to set the bond at $1,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Stephanie Benitez, that you maintain a separate residence from her. If she's residing at the apartment on East Central Boulevard, you're going to have to live somewhere else. You can return there one time with law enforcement escorting you to get personal belongings. You're not to go back there alone if that's where she lives. Not to have contact with her, not to possess weapons or firearms or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. All right. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Todd Alarithi.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for aggravated battery on a pregnant person and domestic battery by strangulation. And you're also currently out on bond. Yep. On a felony charge. Okay. And let's swear in the witness.
Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Kayla Shockley.
All right, ma'am. What's your relationship to Mr. Riti?
He's my kid's father.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Kid's father.
Okay. And do y'all live together?
No.
No. Okay. All right. If he's released on bond, are you in fear of him?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Do you want to have contact with him?
Yes, I do.
Okay. State, do you have any questions for the witness?
I do not, Your Honor.
Does the defense have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. State, do you have a position on the out on bond?
Yes, Your Honor. As pretrial is set for April 7th, I would ask that bond be revoked and he be held no bond.
Defense, do you have a position?
Yes, Your Honor, I would ask that, you take no action on the out on bond. He didn't pick up the same charges, and it appears they're nonviolent offenses, Your Honor. In addition, if you are inclined to revoke because of the batteries, I would just ask that you revoke and double the bond as opposed to holding him at no bond. Looks like his last failure to appear was all the way back in 2014, so he has been attending court regularly.
Okay. Given the extensive history, I'm going to set a bond on the new case, the domestic case. I'll set the bond at $1,500 on count one, $150 on count two. I'm going to order no contact with the victim, maintain a separate residence, possess no weapons or firearms. I'm going to revoke the bond, 2021 CF 11783, and set that bond at none. Public defender, he's already got a public defender in that case.
Yes,
So, sir, your attorney can file a bond motion in that case that you currently got pending, if you want to get a bond back. Okay, but now I'm revoking that bond. You've got a bond on the new case, but the case that you were out on bond, I've revoked. So you'll have to go back to the judge in that case and try to get a bond back.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right, thank you, ma'am. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Stephon Walker.
Mr. Walker, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for domestic battery by strangulation.
Your Honor, in this particular case, I did have a PC challenge.
Okay.
As far as the battery by strangulation is concerned, in order to prove battery by strangulation, the state must prove that the defendant knowingly and intentionally impeded the normal breathing or circulation of the blood of the victim against his or her will by applying pressure to the throat or neck of the victim, or by blocking the mouth, and in doing so creates a great risk of bodily harm. Here, it appears he grabs her with one hand and pushes her on the bed. He grabs her by the throat with one hand, pushes her on the bed, and then it alleges that he spit in her face, and she turns over and gets up. There's no indication that she could not breathe during this altercation. Also, there's no indication of the risk of great bodily harm. Although she had red scratches on her neck, great bodily harm means more than slight, trivial, minor, or moderate harm, and does not include mere bruising. So I would argue no PC to the battery by strangulation, Your Honor.
State, do you have a response to that?
No, Your Honor.
I think the argument's well taken. There is probable cause for a lesser, that being battery. So I'm going to, and reviewing is, it looks like the only prior, he's been arrested, but prior conviction, it looks like a simple assault that's many years ago, that at least that's all I see on the face sheet. So I'm going to set the bond. He's got some, out of state conviction. So I'm going to set the bond for just fine PC for simple battery, domestic related, set the bond at $1,000. If you don't post the bond, we'll reset the matter for 24 hours from now for further PC on the arrest as charged. So what we'll do now is we're just going to reset it. But in the meantime, you do have a $1,000 bond with the conditions that you have absolutely no contact with Danielle Gunn Yoko, that you maintain a separate residence from her. You can return there one time if at that limit, if she lives at the Lemon Tree Lane address, you can go back one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. Otherwise, no contact with her, possess no weapons or firearms, consume no alcohol or illegal drugs.
Your Honor, it appears that DCF is involved, so I would just ask that one of the conditions is that he complies with any order set in place by DCF.
Yes, that's,
Thank you.
so, and that'll
Your
just
Honor.
have to do with the minor child.
You're welcome.
I find PC for DV battery, and we'll reset the IA for tomorrow, but he may bond out in the meantime. He's got a $1,000 bond on the MM. Is that the DV battery 784.03?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Algie Lamont Alexander.
All right, Mr. Alexander, you're here for initial appearance. Did you see a judge yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did they take you into custody
Yes, sir.
from court?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, so you saw Judge Jewett yesterday, and he gave you a $500 bond on
Yes,
the
sir.
battery, on the domestic battery?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And you're out on bond for petty theft, and it looks like you got a court date coming up on Friday.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to take no action on the out on bond,
Okay,
so you'll be released. I just want to make sure, is that the only thing holding you?
that's it.
Okay, so you'll be released on this. You got court on the 18th on that petty theft case. So you can go to court on that, and you've already, and you've got a you've got a $500 bond on this, on the battery, the domestic battery, with the conditions that you have. I think there were some additional conditions. No contact with Audrey Alexander, no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and you can return one time to get personal belongings.
Let him know.
Judge,
Oh, I apologize, ma'am. Okay, let's place her under oath.
Raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
What's your name, ma'am?
Audrey Alexander.
Okay. All right, Miss Alexander, were you in court yesterday?
No, I called the court.
Okay. Did you talk to the judge?
I talked to the judge's assistant, Jamie.
Okay. And so they didn't put you through in the courtroom
Well, they tried, but he went ahead and just set a bond for him so we could try to get him out, but then they put the hold.
Yeah.
So when they sent the modification over to try to get the hold released, they said that he needed to see you.
Gotcha, okay. All right, are you in fear of Mr. Alexander?
No.
You want to have contact with him?
Yes.
You all live together?
Yes.
All right, so I'll leave the bond at $500. I'm going to amend the no contact to no hostile contact. Okay, otherwise, he can post the $500 bond, and then he's got court on Friday.
Friday. Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
good luck, sir.
Was the public defender appointed?
Amber Perkins, ring a bell? No, is that, I'll appoint the public defender.
Thank you, Anna.
Morning, sir, your name, please?
Thomas Fitzgerald Cheatham, sir.
Mr. Cheatham, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, I would just ask for a $500 bond. He has 0 failures to appear.
All right, I'll set the bond at $500. I am going to order in addition that you have no contact with Christina Cassidy. Maintain a separate residence from her. Appears that you were staying at a hotel. If she's still staying at the hotel, you can return there one time with law enforcement escorting you to get personal belongings. But if she's staying there, you're not to go back there, okay? Only with law enforcement to get your personal belongings, okay? If she's not there, then that's fine.
Can I speak, Young?
Okay, and you're not to consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, possess no weapons or firearms, okay?
Thank you.
Good luck, sir. Yes. Morning, ma'am, your name, please?
Diana Eliason.
All right, Ms. Elio saying we've got some witnesses. All right, you're here for initial appearance, been arrested for a battery, it's domestic related. Let's go ahead and,
Raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Both? Answer aloud, please. Both of you guys can answer aloud. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Can't hear you.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
all right, before we take some testimony from the witnesses, Ms. Ellis Saint, you indicated that you had take-home income every 2 weeks of $1,200, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based on that, it appears that you make too much with zero dependents to get appointed the public defender. But at this time, we'll take some testimony. Let's see. To the young lady, you're her mother?
Yes.
And what's your name?
Fiolis Marcelin.
Okay. Ms. Marcellin, if your daughter is released on a bond, are you in fear of her?
No.
Do you want to have contact with her?
Yes.
Does she live at home with you?
Yes.
Is that a yes? Okay, okay. All right, I don't want to upset you, ma'am. And then the gentleman, you're her brother?
Yes, sir.
And you're Isaac?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you in fear of your sister?
No.
You want to have contact with her?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, it looks like she qualifies for pretrial release. I'm going to release her on pretrial release.
Your Honor, due to her schedule, she would just ask for the monetary bond. That's $250, because she has no history as a friend of the court.
Okay, all right. I'll release her on $250 bond. All right, with the condition that you have no hostile contact with your mom or your brother, okay? I read the report, even if your brother's eating your food, you can't, that's not how the issues get resolved, okay? So no hostile contact, possess no weapons or firearms, consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, all right?
I have a
Look-
question. I have a question. How can I drop those charges?
Okay. Just look at me and ask a question. It looks like you should be wearing glasses because you're squinting. I used to do the same thing.
Glasses.
Okay, what's the question?
How can I drop those charges?
How can you drop the charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you need to contact the state attorney's office. They're the ones that bring the charge, they're the one that drop the charge. Okay, if you have any issues like that, you contact the state attorney's office.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Correct.
Your Honor, Shelby Lester is mental health.
Lester Mental Health, okay.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll waive the appearance. State, do you have a position on bond on
No, Your Honor.
Lester? Defense, do you have a position?
Your Honor, given she has no history besides a driving while license suspended, I would ask for a $250 bond.
I'll set the bond at $500, that no contact with Susanna Reyes, the listed victim, maintain a separate residence, no weapons, firearms, or alcohol or illegal drugs.
Your Honor, Justin Louis is
Yep.
mental health.
Luiki Mental Health, okay.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Justin Luiki. And State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'll set the bond at $500 with the condition that you have no contact whatsoever with Amber Ross, maintain a separate residence, no alcohol, illegal drugs, or firearms. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Morning, Your Honor. My name is Angel Yariel Lozada Ruiz.
Sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for battery. It's domestic related. At this time, are you asking me to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, or are you going to hire an attorney?
No, sir, I was just trying to represent myself if that was an option.
Okay, all right. All right, and we've got a witness.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Clarabelle Molina Marrero.
If you could just speak a little louder right into the microphone.
Sorry. Clarabelle Molina Marrero.
All right, Ms. Marrero. I see you're listed as the victim here, and are you the wife of Mr. Lozada Ruiz?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, if he's released on bond, are you in fear of him?
No.
If, I assume y'all were living together?
We're married, yes.
Okay. If he's released on bond, do you want him to come home?
No.
No, you want him to just maintain a separate residence?
Yes.
Okay. All right, if he's released, are you okay if he has no hostile contact with you? Or do you want no contact?
No contact.
No contact, okay. Does the state have any questions for Ms. Marrero?
Just one, Your Honor. Good morning. Ma'am, to the, can you give me your date of birth, please?
1/18/1971.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Does the defense, well,
Well, Your Honor, just as a friend of the court, could you ask, he does qualify for pretrial release?
the issue may be with pretrial release, if I order a separate residence, I don't know that he's got a stable residence apart from her. That may create a problem, so what I'll do is I'll release him on pretrial release. I'm also gonna, in the alternative, release him if he doesn't, ends up not qualifying, I'll release him on a bond. But on the pretrial release and the bond, it'll be maintain a separate residence, no contact whatsoever with Clarabelle Molina Marrero. No alcohol, no drugs. He can return to the residence one time to get personal belongings, but he has to be escorted by law enforcement. He's not to go back there alone. And otherwise, I'll set the bond at $500. Okay.
Palmer.
All right, ma'am. Thank you. Let's see. All right, good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Morning. Brandon Palmer.
All right, Mr. Palmer, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you were arrested pursuant to a warrant for violations of conditional release violation, a pretrial release violation for domestic violence in case 2021 CF 16153. Okay, and the condition of that was that you have no contact with Christina Barisi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, understand that you've got the absolute right to remain silent, so, and I think the attorney would urge you, you don't need to respond to anything, acknowledging or denying anything at this point. And the allegation is you violated the pretrial release condition of no contact with her by having contact with her. Okay. And also for possession of drug paraphernalia. So on the new warrant, I'll set the bond at $500 on count one, $100 on count two. You're currently out on bond on the felony case. That's 2021 CF 16153. I'm going to revoke the bonds in that case and set the bonds at none. You're also out on bond for driving with suspended license. I'll take no action on that.
Your Honor, on the out on bond, 2021 CF 1615380, the state still hasn't filed an information in that case. It did occur the December 25th. However, it was not, I would also point to the fact that the out on bond was not egregious, Your Honor, and as such, I would ask that you consider the fact that they were just riding in the car. He didn't commit another act of violence against her, and I believe that if you revoke and double the bond amount, that would be sufficient in order to prevent any further altercations.
Okay. All right, I'm going to deny the request. Okay, so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go back to the judge in Division 19. You've already got the public defender in that. They can file a bond motion, and you can go back in front of the judge to seek a bond in that case.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what was count to the bond amount? I missed that one.
$100.
Thank you.
Yeah, the same conditions still apply. That's no victim contact, maintain separate residence, no drugs, alcohol, no weapons. Morning, ma'am, your name, please?
Regina Roundtree.
Ms. Roundtree, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for a battery. Okay. State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Defense, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to set the bond at $500. I'm going to order you have no contact with the victim. Maintain a separate residence. And it's like that. If he's residing at that, I can't tell if it's 20 West 37th or 203 West 7th. So it's two.
My
Anyways,
address,
if y'all are living together, you have to live separately from him.
he lived with his mom.
Okay.
I live at the 203.
Not a problem then. So just maintain a separate residence, have no contact with him.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
I pointed the public defender. Come on up, sir. Good morning. Your name, please?
Ryan Royer.
Mr. Royer, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. State you have a position on bond.
No, Your Honor.
I'm not,
Hold on. Before you say anything, you have the absolute right to remain silent. Today's not the trial, okay? I've appointed you an attorney. If you have a question, you should direct it to the attorney before you say it out loud, because everything's being recorded.
Your Honor, I would just ask for a $500 bond in this case. He has zero failures to appear.
All right, I'll set the bond at $500. I am going to order that you have no contact with the victim, maintain a separate residence from her, possess no weapons or firearms, consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. It's Crystal Colburn, Colburn.
To call this now.
Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Ivan Torres.
Mr. Torres, you're here for initial appearance. been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related and a criminal mischief. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, and let's swear in the witness.
Raise your right hand, please. Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Rafael Torres.
All right, Mr. Torres, are you Ivan Torres's father?
Yes.
If he's released, are you in fear of him?
No.
Do you want to have contact with him if he's released?
Yes.
Does he reside with you?
Excuse me?
Does he reside? Does he live with you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. State, do you have any questions for Rafael Torres?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Does the defense have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, in this particular case, given he has no history and only a drug possession, and given the victim's testimony, I would ask for a $250 bond.
All right, I'll release him on a $250 bond on count one. I'll reduce count two to $100. Mr. Ivan Torres, I'm also ordering you have no hostile contact with your father. Okay, there's an argument, you just got to walk away. No more, I've read the affidavit, no more threats.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I believe he's waiving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, go ahead.
I have a question. We've been having this problem for the last 5 years. I have a problem as using a lot of drugs. I want to get some help for him.
Okay.
Because I've been coming to the court like 5-10 times and they never have answer for. The only problem he have is drugs, one cigarette behind another one, and I want to know if it's possible you guys can put him like in a halfway house.
Okay. Well, in this stage of the proceeding, a condition is I'm ordering no hostile contact with you. I'm ordering him not to possess weapons or firearms. I'm also ordering him not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to order a random drug test while he's out, okay?
That's fine.
So he'll have to be randomly tested. So if he tests positive while he's out, he may be subject to having his bond revoked, and then he's going to just sit in jail, okay? All right, but at this stage in the proceeding, I can't send him into drug rehab. He hasn't been convicted of a crime at this point. These are just conditions of pretrial release, pending on what the state does with the charge and how the case proceeds through the process, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay, all right, good luck.
Your Honor, as far as the drug testing for marijuana, could we have that 30-day grace period for it to get out of his system?
Yeah, he's should have it should be at least 30 days before he's tested. So we don't. Yep, perfect. Thank you. Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Oscar Baez, Construction.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. You were arrested on an Osceola County warrant for failing to appear on a charge of driving with a suspended license. Bond is set at $500. If you're able to post the bond, you can bond out here in Orange County. If you can't bond out here, they'll notify Osceola. They'll come get you within 24 hours.
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Jeremy Coney.
Mr. Coney, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested on an Osceola County warrant for failing to appear for a pretrial on a charge of driving with a suspended license. The bond is set at $1,000. If you're able to post the bond, you can post the bond here in Orange County and get out here. Otherwise, they're going to notify Osceola County. They'll come get you within 24 hours if you don't post bond.
I could post bond, sir, but I was told that there was another bond. I'm not sure.
He has a hold, I believe, right?
Out of Pinellas and Manatee County.
Can't do anything for those.
Okay.
So if, if, this is somewhat of a guess, but if Pinellas has a warrant for you or a hold and somewhere else has a hold for you, when you post a bond, you're free before they open the door to let you out. If there's a warrant, then they'll notify them. If it's not a contiguous county here, for like Orange, we've got Seminole, we've got Lake, Osceola, even Polk, or Brevard County. If it's not one of those, they've got 72 hours to come get you. Okay, so if Pinellas has a warrant for you and you're ready to walk out the door, then they'll notify them, then they've got 72 hours to come get you.
Okay, and if they don't come within 72?
Well, here's the problem. It's Wednesday, 72 hours is 3 days. It doesn't include the weekend, so it'll be, if that's the case, you may be sitting here until next week. That's if you post the bond, you're ready to go. If you don't post the bond, then you're going to sit here on this case.
Okay, I could post a bond today.
All right, good luck. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Justin Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, you're here for initial appearance. You were arrested on a Seminole County warrant on it looks like a obscene material charge. The bond is set at none. So they're going to notify Seminole County that you're here, and they'll come get you within 24 hours. No. Seminole County will see them. It's up there, so there's nothing to. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Austin Priest.
Priest, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested on a Polk County warrant for a violation of probation. It looks like on a possession, it's a drug-related charge. The bond is set at none, so they're going to notify Polk County that you're here. They'll come get you within 24 hours. Okay?
Thank you.
Good luck. Morning, sir. Your name, please? Which name, please?
Strickland, Raymond Strickland.
Mr. Strickland, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested on a Putnam County warrant for a violation of probation. Looks like a battery charge. Judge set it at no bond, so they're going to notify Putnam County that you're here, and Putnam County should come pick you up within 72 hours. Okay?
I didn't violate nothing, dude. There's not a violation, is there?
I don't, other than what I just told you, I don't know a thing about the case. There's just a warrant out there, and so they're going to take you back to Putnam County, then you can address that with the court there, okay? Good luck. I'm sorry. I did that for the last. Oh, I'm sorry. A couple of these were stuck together. Wait. Yeah, those are all. Sorry. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Good morning, Elton Purdy.
Purdy, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a violation of probation. You're on probation for a drug-related case, and allegations that you violated were that you tested positive for cannabis. You tested positive for amphetamine, positive for methamphetamine, and that you're in arrears on cost of supervision. So the judge on the violation set the bond at none, and I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Okay? Good luck. Okay, let's readdress Mr. Philip Chandler. Mr. Chandler, an attorney did not appear this morning. So at this point, we can do one of two things. I can reset you to tomorrow, okay, or we can go through and make a bond determination today without the attorney present. Okay, you want to go forward? Okay. All right, so on Philip Chandler, State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, and I just, okay. Get to the, all right, I've reviewed the charging affidavit. I'm going to set the bond on count one at $10,000. All the remaining bonds will be subsidiary. So count two, I'll set at 500, count three at 500, count four at 100, and count five at 100. I'm going to order that you have absolutely no contact with Brandy Wingster, that you maintain a separate residence from her. If she's still residing at that Eastgate Drive apartment, you're going to have to live somewhere else. You can return there one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. You're not to go back there alone. You're not to have contact with her. You're not to possess weapons, firearms, not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. Good luck, sir.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
Thank you. Good afternoon. This is case 2021 CT 5003. Good afternoon. Your name, sir?
Your Honor, if you allow me just a moment to connect and confirm with the headsets, please.
Okay.
Sí, sí.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm the defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
Good afternoon, sir. State your name, please.
Jeans Cardenas.
Jeans Cardenas.
Sir, you're here for an arraignment on a charge driving with a suspended license with knowledge.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. If you'd like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Mr. Cardenas, I understand that you wish to resolve your case today with a plea of no contest to the offense, and that the agreed sentence is a withhold of adjudication, credit for 6 days that you served in jail, and you pay the cost, and we give you time to get the cost paid. Is that your understanding, and is that what you want to do?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, to that charge of driving with the license with knowledge, how do you plead?
No.
No.
No contest.
No contest.
Okay.
No.
No answer.
Say one more time.
No contest.
No contest.
He's saying no contest. I don't know if the interpreter.
Sí. No me opongo, sí.
Yes. No contest.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 6 days that you served in jail. I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid. You have 30 days to appeal. Any appeal must be in writing. Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, does the court require any further assistance from the interpreter at this time?
Nope. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
You too.
Yeah. Or the other. Wrong.
Not today, no. Okay. You're welcome.
Your Honor, Regina Oliveros Gonzalez has bonded.
Bonded, thank you.
while you're looking at that case, when I reviewed it, it looks like the out on bond and this charge are all stemming from the same incident. I don't know if I'm reading it wrong, but it appears it all was in September. So, let's see, when
It's a different victim. They make mention in the notes to the other case, which was in reference to a sexual battery.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and this is a different. Now for purposes of out on bond, he wasn't arrested in this offense. The allegations of the date that this offense occurred is prior to him being arrested in the other case. So his out on bond will not be affected.
Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Could you state your name, please?
Melvin Cooley.
Cooley, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for lewd lascivious behavior, exhibition, a victim less than 16 years of age. Okay, I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. State, do you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to set the bond at $25,000. Order you to have no unsupervised contact with any minor and not to return to the Holiday Inn 7474 West Colonial Drive in Orlando.
Your Honor, my client is currently a student, and he has the community ties. Looks like he's been here for over a year. Would you consider reducing that bond amount to?
If he wishes to have a lower bond amount, he's going to have to go to the judge in the division. So at this point, I'm going to leave the bond as is. The other offenses out of Osceola County, the other felonies, he apparently was, I don't know when they happened in time, but he was arrested. So this new offense did not happen after he was out for release. So I'll take no action on those. Allen refused.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor. I believe we were already appointed on the out on bond, so I just asked that you appoint us.
Let's see. Has the state made filing decisions on either one of the out on bond cases?
On both of them, Your Honor, with regard to 21 CF 13530, arraignment is set for March 8th. With regard to 21 CF 13406, arraignment is set for March 1st.
Okay, so informations have been filed in both?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so the initial appearance is on a petty theft. I'll stay the bond at $250. I'm going to revoke the RORs that he's currently out on, and is that two cases. One's possession of fentanyl, the other one is dealing in stolen products, theft related. So I'm going to revoke both of those RORs and set bonds at none. And the public defender is appointed in all cases.
Your Honor, I ask that he not return to the scene, which is Home Depot.
Yes, no return to the Home Depot on Narcoossee Road, Orange County. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Lee Cody, sir.
Mr. Cody, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for trespass.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return, no return to 2209 Cimarron Boulevard. Mr. Cody would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Mr. Cody, I understand you wish to resolve the trespass today with a plea of no contest. You'd be adjudicated guilty, be given credit for the 2 days you've served in jail. I'm going to order you not to return to that business, Hurricane Grill and Wings on South Cimarron. Understand if you go back and they're going to recognize you, you're just end up back in jail, so you don't want to return. I'll give you time to get the cost paid. Is that your understanding? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right, to that charge of trespass for, trespass after warning, how do you plead?
No contest, sir.
I'll accept that. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for 2 days' time served, order you not to return to the scene, give you 350 days to get the cost paid. And I'm not going to appoint the PD. 30 days to appeal. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Ronald Christopher Jackson.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a trespass on property after warning and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 2271 North Cimarron Boulevard. Mr. Jackson would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Mr. Jackson, I'm going to hand it a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea of not guilty and a plea of no contest to the offenses. That the disposition or sentence would be an adjudication of guilt, credit for the 2 days you served in jail, order you not to return to that Walmart neighborhood market, and pay the cost, and I'll give you time to get the cost paid. Is that your understanding, and is that what you want to do? So you've not nodded your head yet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, to that charge of trespass after warning, how do you plead?
No contest.
And possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept your pleas on both. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on both, give you credit for the 2 days that you served in jail, order you not to return to that Walmart neighborhood market on North Cimarron Boulevard. If you return, just expect to get rearrested, okay?
Yes, sir.
And I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid. Yeah, and those sentences run concurrent to each other. Okay? 30 days to appeal. Good luck. Good afternoon. Your name, ma'am?
Natalie Marty, sir.
All right, Ms. Marty, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a trespass after warning and resisting an officer without violence.
Yes, sir.
I have a moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
So, Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 2271 North Cimarron Boulevard. Ms. Marty would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Ms. Marty, I've been handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea of not guilty and enter a plea of no contest to the offenses of trespass after warning and resisting an officer without violence, and that the agreed sentence would be an adjudication of guilt, credit for the 2 days that you served in jail, be ordered not to return to that Walmart grocery store on North Cimarron Boulevard. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Sorry, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. All right, to that charge of trespass after warning, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, sir.
No contest.
I'll accept that. And to resisting an officer without violence, how do you plead?
I'm sorry, sir, what did you say?
To the other charge, resisting an officer, how do you plead?
Oh, resisting an officer? Oh, guilty, sir.
I'll accept the pleas. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on both. I'll give you credit for the 2 days you served in jail. That'll run concurrent to each other. Order you not to return to that Walmart 2271 North Cimarron Boulevard. Understand if you go back and they see you, you're just going to get rearrested. So don't return. You have 30 days to appeal. Any appeal must be in writing. All right.
And you're already taking no action on the out on bond?
I'll take no action on the out on bond. Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Tomas Olmo.
Mr. Olmo, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for resisting an officer without violence.
And Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. And Mr. Alamo would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, sir. I've been handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea of not guilty and or a plea of no contest. You adjudicated guilty, be given credit for the 2 days you served in jail and pay the costs, and I'll give you time to get the cost paid. Is that your understanding? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right, to that charge of resisting an officer without violence, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept that. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for 2 days, order you to pay the costs, and I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid. All right, you have 30 days to appeal, and the appeal must be in writing. All right, good luck. All right, good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Jason Throckmorton.
All right, Mr. Throckmorton, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a trespass.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 8602 Universal Boulevard. Mr. Throckmorton would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Throckmorton, I've been handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea of not guilty and enter a plea of no contest to the offense of trespass. You'd be adjudicated guilty, be given credit for the 2 days that you served in jail plus cost, and you'd be ordered not to return to that Castle Hotel on Universal Boulevard. Is that your understanding, and is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir, that's my understanding.
All right, to that trespass, how do you plead?
No contest, Your Honor.
I'll accept it. I'll adjudicate you guilty. Give you credit for 2 days' time served. Order you not to return to 8602 Universal Boulevard. You have 30 days to appeal. Any appeal must be in writing. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Jamarian Wade.
Mr. Wade, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a trespass on property after warning and resisting an officer without violence.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 12221 East Colonial Drive. I spoke with Mr. Wade. He would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Mr. Wade, I've been handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea of not guilty and or a plea of no contest to the offenses trespass after warning and resisting an officer without violence, and that the agreed sentence is an adjudication of guilt, Credit for the 2 days you served in jail. You'd be ordered not to return to that address on East Colonial, the EOS Apartments. Understanding if you go back, you'll just get rearrested, plus costs, and I'll give you time to get the cost paid. Is that your understanding, and is that what you want to do?
I don't want to get arrested again.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to resolve this case today?
I already apologized. I actually went in looking for an apartment, and it just was a misunderstanding.
He's asking if you want to accept the offer.
Oh, should I? Yes. Just go home today. Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. I want to make sure that you want to resolve the case today.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Ms. George?
Yes, sir.
Okay, to that charge of trespass after warning, how do you plead? Guilty or no contest?
Oh,
no
wait a minute.
contest.
Oh, Your Honor, I'm sorry. There's an error. It's actually a withhold of adjudication.
Okay, all right. Withhold. Okay. So to the trespass, you plead no contest. To the charge of resisting an officer, how do you plead?
No contest.
Okay. I'll accept your no contest, please. I'm going to withhold adjudication on both counts. I'm going to give you credit for the 2 days you served in jail. Order you not to return to that address, 12221 East Colonial. That's the EOS Apartments. Understand that if you go back, you expect to get rearrested, okay? So you certainly don't want to do that. Plus costs, and I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid. All right, good luck, sir. You've got 30 days to appeal. The appeal must be in writing. Good afternoon. Your name, please? Mr. Aviles, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for arraignment on a charge of criminal mischief, and the bond set at $1,000.
Are you appointing? You have a private attorney? Because I didn't see an attorney on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you? Yes? Okay. All right, I'll appoint the office of the public defender. Good luck, sir.
John Mihalowicz is a bond.
Bonded? Thank you. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please?
Sandra Ballinger.
Ms. Bellinger, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for city ordinance violation of disorderly conduct.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, the offer is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served in order to resolve the case. Ms. Bellinger would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Ms. Bellinger, I've been handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea of not guilty and enter a plea of no contest to that offense, disorderly conduct. With the agreed sentence, it's a withhold of adjudication, credit for the 2 days you served in jail plus costs, and I give you time to get the cost paid. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right, to that charge, the city ordinance violation of disorderly conduct, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept that. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days you served. I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid. Okay, you've got 30 days to appeal. Okay, good luck. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Willie James Flores. How you doing, sir?
Good. Mr. Flores, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a city ordinance violation of disorderly conduct.
And Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. Mr. Flores would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, Mr. Flores, I've been handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea of not guilty and or a plea of no contest
Yes, sir.
to the city ordinance violation.
Yes, sir.
And it's a withhold of adjudication with credit for the, yesterday and today you've spent in jail plus cost. And that'll resolve the case. Is that your understanding, and is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, to that charge, disorderly conduct, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept that. I'll withhold adjudication. I'll give you credit for the 2 days you served, order you to pay the cost, give you 350 days to get the cost paid.
Thank you, John.
30 days to appeal. Good luck. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Robert Daniel Woody.
All right, Mr. Woody, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a city ordinance violation of disorderly conduct.
Your Honor, he also has an out on bond case, the trespass.
Yes.
It's 2021 9314. The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 512 East Washington Street in Orlando, Florida. And for his new case for disorderly conduct, it is a credit time served. And Mr. Woody would like to accept the case offer and accept the contract.
Okay.
And we were appointed on the out on bond, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Woody, I've been handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea. And I'll call it the new case, 2022 MO 190, which is a city ordinance violation, disorderly conduct, with the agreement that it's a withhold of adjudication and credit for the 2 days you served in jail. And on the other case, you wish to change your plea, and that's a charge of trespass after warning. That's an adjudication of guilt, credit for
2 days.
2 days. Also, those are to run concurrent to each other plus the cost. I give you time to get all that paid, and that would resolve the two cases. Is that your understanding, and is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Then in the disorderly conduct, the city ordinance violation, how do you plead?
No contest.
And in the trespass after warning misdemeanor, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept your pleas in both. I'm going to withhold on the city ordinance violation, give you credit for the 2 days, plus cost, 350 days to get the cost paid. And the misdemeanor trespass after warning, going to adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for 2 days. That's to run concurrent to the first sentence. Order you not to return to 512 East Washington. Understand if you go back and they're going to recognize you, you're just going to get rearrested. You don't want to do that. Plus cost, I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid on that. All right, you've got 30 days to appeal. Good luck.
Aldo Gonzalez Cagal is a bond.
Okay, Gonzalez Cagal bonded. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Earl Young.
All right, Mr. Young. Yes, it's okay. All right, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for failing to appear for an arraignment on a charge of driving with a suspended license. With knowledge, that bond is set at $250. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. All right, I'll take no action on the out on bond, which is a felony. Okay, good luck. All right, good afternoon. Your name, please?
Alicia. Bowman Garman.
Okay. All right, and that Savon brought in. There's a note on that. It's after, okay. They're out of order, okay. All right, ma'am, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a warrant for possession of Utilone. Saying that right? Bond is set at $1,000. I'll appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. Let's see. Just sort this one out. 2021. $62. All right, good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Yvonne Broden.
All right, Mr. Broden, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested in 3 separate cases. At this time, are you asking me to appoint the office of the public defender to represent you, or are you going to hire an attorney?
Sir.
Excuse me?
Public defender.
Public defender, okay. All right, I'll appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. First case, 2021 CF 7324, you've been arrested for racketeering and conspiracy to commit racketeering pursuant to a warrant. Bonds have been set at $500,000 on the first count, $250,000 on the second count, for a total of $750,000. Second case, 2021 CF 6206, your co-defendant D, as in dog, O, arrested also pursuant to a capias for charges of racketeering, conspiracy to commit racketeering, and robbery with a firearm. Those bonds are set at $500,000 on count 1, $250,000 on count 2, $50,000 on count 3. Third case, you've been arrested pursuant to a warrant, charges robbery with a firearm and aggravated fleeing or attempting to elude. The robbery with the firearm is a F1 PBL, so that bond will be stayed at none. The second count, the bond set at $15,000. In addition, orders no contact with co-defendants or victims, no return to the Millennium Mall, including any property. Okay, and the public defender is appointed in all cases. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Richard Castillo.
Mr. Castillo, you're here for initial appearance. I'll appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. You've been arrested for trafficking and oxycodone greater than 25 grams and possession of cocaine. The bond's been set at $500,000 on count 1, $150,000 on count 2. All right, good luck, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Dylan Filmer, sir.
Filmer, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested pursuant to a warrant for the offenses of grand theft and destroying or damaging or altering an electronic monitoring device. Bonds are set at $1,000 on each count for a total of $2,000. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Christopher Garcia.
Mr. Garcia, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested for grand theft of a motor vehicle and possession of MDMA. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Bond is set at $1,000 on the first count, $150 on the second count. All right, good luck. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
It's Christian Long.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for failing to appear at your arraignment last month on the charge of possession of a controlled substance. Bond is set at none, and I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
Just a minute, y'all.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Sean Harvey.
Mr. Harvey, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for grand theft of motor vehicle and possession of fentanyl. Okay. All right, the indicates the number that you put down for your take-home income, is that number accurate? Okay, all right, so based on that, you make, with no dependents, you don't make, you make too much to qualify for the public defender because you're out from out of state. Set the bonds $2,000 on the grand theft, and it'll be, I'm going to reduce count two, will be $500 on the fentanyl.
You said 2,000.
2,000 and 500 on count two.
Thank
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, he doesn't qualify, I'm sorry. Here, you can take it. That's your bottom.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Michael Maroney.
All right, Mr. Maroney, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a capias. You've been charged with kidnapping with intent to inflict harm or terrorize with a weapon, kidnapping with intent to inflict harm or terrorize, and attempted sexual battery with a deadly weapon or physical force. State, you have a position. Is he entitled to bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to appoint the Office of Public Defender, or are you going to hire an attorney?
I'm trying to hire an attorney right now.
Okay. All right. So on counts 1 and 2, I believe bond is, I think he may be entitled to bond on count 3, State?
I'll double check that, Your Honor, but I thought there were no bond for all of them, but I will double check.
I'm just gonna leave him at no bond. So in the event you, hire an attorney, they're gonna have to have a bond motion anyway, so I'll stay the bond at none on all three. And also, yeah, there's another condition, have no contact directly or indirectly with, any victim or co-defendant in the case, or witness. All right, good luck, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Bonus, Harry?
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested for an aggravated assault. Going to appoint the office of the public defender. Bond has been set at $1,000. Going to order that you have no contact with Michael Kennedy. And no contact
Anna Kinslow.
Anna Kinslow.
No.
Okay.
The victim was not Anna Kinslow.
I understand, I read that, but I'm going to order you to have no contact with her because she's potentially a witness in the case. No contact with her, no contact with him, possess no weapons or firearms.
So what I gotta send you, nobody even got hurt? Am I gonna go home my next visit or?
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't have a bond, my family's not from around there.
So bond is set at
Can I
$1,000.
get an ROR? Cause
I'm not going to ROR you, no.
you don't even know I'm sending, there's no victim.
Your Honor, I would also ask for no return to the 1435 Wakula Way.
Okay, and ordered, no return to the scene of the offense. Good afternoon, your name, please?
General Morales.
Ms. Morales, you're here for initial appearance. Okay. Been arrested pursuant to a capias for failure to appear at a status hearing last month on charges of possession of fentanyl, possession of drug paraphernalia. The bonds have been set at none. Okay, and I'll appoint the office of the public defender to represent you.
No bond still?
No bond. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Basilio Otero Colon.
Sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a warrant. 2 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm. Okay. Are you asking me to appoint the office of the public defender in this case, or are you going to hire an attorney?
Well, I hired an attorney. I would have expected him to be here, but I don't know where he's at.
Okay.
Um,
Well, if you want, we can just have you sit back down in the back, and then we'll call you back up at the end and see if the attorney shows up, if that's what you think.
yeah, sure.
Okay, all right. We'll go ahead and just push him till the end. Rentas bonded, thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Richard Rodriguez.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a warrant. Charges of battery, aggravated assault with a weapon, aggravated assault with a battery. That doesn't quite make sense. Give me 1 second. Let's see.
Your Honor, I believe it's just supposed to be an aggravated assault.
Yeah. All right. All right, so Mr. Rodriguez, I've reviewed the affidavit for the appointment of the public defender. It appears the number that you wrote down is your take-home income for every 2 weeks. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, so you make too much to qualify for the public defender. State, you have a position on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so on the battery, I'll stay that at $500. The aggravated assault with a weapon, I'm going to set that at $3,500. In count 3, the simple aggravated assault, stay that at $500. I am going to order that you have no contact with the victim, that you not possess any weapons or firearms. Okay, and contact means no direct or indirect contact. All right, I understand if you have contact that you may just end up right back in jail and you don't get a bond, okay? All right, good luck, sir.
Reginald Shorter was a refusal.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, Reginald Shorter, I'll appoint the public defender. Failed to appear for a plea hearing and stay the bonds at $2,500 on count 1 and $1,000 on count 2. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Aaron Smith.
Mr. Smith, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. The bond is set at $4,000 with the additional condition that you not possess any weapons or firearms.
Yes, sir.
Devon Smith was medical.
All right, on Devon Smith, I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender, or do we just want to reset him?
No, I will waive the appearance.
Okay. So I'll appoint the Public Defender. He's in the initial appearance. I'm going to stay all the bonds. $5,000 on count 1, $150 each on the remaining 5 counts. I'm sorry, there's a 1 count and there's $100.
Your Honor, I ask that he have no contact with the victims and not return to, I'll say, Redcoat.
No victim contact, no return to the scene. Yeah, yes. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Jermaine Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, you're here for initial appearance.
Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release. Given he has no convictions, I would ask for pretrial release in this case.
Let's see. All right, I'll release Mr. Jermaine Smith on pretrial release with the condition that he not possess any weapons or firearms.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, I did not. No, he doesn't qualify.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Smith.
You're O'Shane Smith?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a habeas for failing to appear for a status hearing on February 9th, a week ago, on a charge of carrying concealed firearm. The judge set the bond at none. was previously appointed in this case. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please? Mr. Spence, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested for carrying concealed firearm. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Bond is set at $2,500 with the condition that you possess no weapons or firearms.
Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release. Given he has no criminal history, I would ask for pretrial release.
All right, I'll release you on pretrial release with the same condition, possess no weapons or firearms. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Charles Walker.
To Shane Ultimo.
I don't have him.
I think he must have bonded out. Got an inmate number, 2200 3630.
You bonded.
He bonded, okay. All right, Mr. Walker, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear at a trial management conference last month. Charges of burglary of a dwelling and petty theft. Judge set the bond at none. Okay, and, yeah, he's already represented. All right. All right, Mr. Otero Colon. Okay, recalling your case. So in this case, you were arrested pursuant to a warrant for 2 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm. We reset you because you indicated you thought an attorney may show up today. But let's see. Give me just a second. All right. So at this time, State, do you have a position on bond on Mr. Otero Colon?
No, Your Honor.
After reviewing the affidavit, I'm going to set the bond in count 1 at $7,500, count 2 at $500. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Samantha Gomez, that you maintain a separate residence from her. From the affidavit indicates you were residing in the same residence as St. Cloud. So you're going to have, if she's living there, you're going to have to live somewhere else.
Yeah.
You can return there once with law enforcement to get your personal belongings.
Okay.
Don't go back there alone.
Okay.
Don't have contact with her.
Okay.
Also, no contact with Rafael Lopez de Jesus. That's no contact, either direct or indirect. Possess no weapons or firearms. Consume no alcohol or illegal drugs.
Okay.
A victim. Yeah, both are victims. Okay. All right, good luck, sir. All right, we are done.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.